Hey guys, we are in our free online coaching classes for the NET examination, and this video will be the lecture 11 in this series, and the topic is the General Weather System of India, and the book which I referred is the Pratyogita Darpan Exam Orientation Series 2, and join CSIR UGC NET Earth, Atmosphere, Ocean and Planetary Sciences by Surendra Kumar. Welcome to my channel Success Guru and myself Panjanadam, and let's get into the heading. The weather and climate. Actually, the climate refers to the sum total of weather condition and the variation over a larger area for a longer period of time. Weather refers to the state of atmosphere over any area at any point of time. The climate, the element of weather and climate are the same, that is the temperature, atmosphere, pressure, wind, humidity and precipitation. But the difference is that the climate refers to a larger area for a longer period of time, whereas the weather refers to a shorter area at any instant of time. On the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric condition, year is divided into seasons. As you know, there are 4 seasons. Let us get into the Indian heading. That is the India situated in the northern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle part of the country, and as a result, the southern half of the country has a tropical climate and the northern part of a subtropical climate. And during the winter season, what happens? The northern hemisphere, that is the north half of the country, is warmer than the area that is similar to that latitude, and that is like about 3 to 8 Celsius warmer than the comparative latitude. And this is due to the fact that the Himalayas check the cold polar wind mass enter into the India. And if you are comparing with this, say for example, if you are comparing USA, the polar wind mass actually invade as much as 20° north latitude. So actually the Himalaya prevents the polar wind to enter into the India, and that actually keeps the northern half of the country above 3 to 8 Celsius to the comparative latitude. I think you got the point, right? And the northern part of the country does not have a midday sun. That we are talking about the equinox, and we had already made a 60 seconds fact in the equinox also. That is, the midday sun is actually that is almost vertically over the head. The sun is almost vertically over the head, and the southern part of the country have sun over the head twice in a year. So this is the main difference in the north and the south. The southern part of the country is influenced by the sea, as it is more covered by the sea. The southern tropical climate zone of the India is warmer than the northern and does not have a clear-cut winter season. And this is also due to the surrounding water body. The climate of India is described as the monsoon type. Actually, the monsoon means the perceptible reversal of wind system. And this has been coined by the Arabs. The Arabs actually came to India as traders, and they named this seasonal reversal of wind system as monsoon, which is actually an Arabic word, Mosam. The monsoon is influenced by latitude, nearness to the sea, altitude, direction of prevailing wind, direction of mountain ranges, etc. So all these things actually influence the monsoon. And the monsoon are experienced in tropical area, that is roughly between say north 20° to south 20°. To understand the mechanism of monsoon, the following facts are important. So let us understand some basic facts about the thing that actually makes the monsoon to extend more than 30°. As we had mentioned earlier, it is up to 20° north and 20° south. But the monsoon is covering more than 30°, right? As the Tropic of Cancer passes through the half of the country. So we'll see the facts that actually increases the monsoon occurrence in India. The first thing is that the differential heating and cooling of land and water creates low pressure on the landmass of India, whereas the sea around experience comparatively high pressure. As you know, the wind moves from high pressure to low pressure, and that is the very first thing that is required for the occurrence of monsoon. The second thing is that ITCZ, that is the Intertropical Convergence Zone. Generally, this intertropical convergence zone is an equatorial trough that is normally positioned about north 5° of the equator. But in the summer season, what happens? This actually shifts to the Ganga plain, that is near the Ganga plain in India. That is actually in the mid portion of India, here this portion. The ITCZ has been shifted at the summer time at this location, which is somewhere near 30 to 40° north. And the third thing is that the presence of high pressure air. and that is in the east of Madagascar, and that is approximately say 20 degrees south of Indian Ocean. The intensity and position of this high pressure area affects the Indian monsoon. So if there is the high pressure is really high, the monsoon will be comparatively high, as well as vice versa, right? The Tibetan plateau get intense heating during the summer, which actually results in strong vertical air current. As you know, when the air mass got heated up, it actually expands, and as the air mass expands, the density of the air mass becomes lighter, and that actually floats and move higher, and that leads to the vertical air current. And this is also taking place at average height of say 4 kilometer above the mean sea level. This is one of the facts that actually increases the occurrence of monsoon in India. The movement of westerly jet stream of the north of the sorry the movement of westerly jet stream to the north of the Himalaya, and the presence of tropical easterly jet stream over the Indian peninsula during the summer. So during the summer season, what happens on the north of the Himalaya, the jet stream is towards the towards the west, whereas in the south of the Himalaya, that is in the Indian peninsula, the jet stream is towards the east. That is what they are mentioned here. So these are some of the facts that is required for the occurrence of monsoon in India. Apart from that, it also been noticed that the change in the pressure condition over the southern ocean also affects the monsoon. So normally when the tropical East South Pacific Ocean experience a high pressure and the tropical East Indian Ocean experience a low pressure, and such a situation is called as El Nino. That is the movement of water due to such a situation is called as El Nino, which simply meaning in Spanish little boy. But in certain year what happens, there is a reversal. That is, the Pacific Ocean experience a low pressure, whereas the Indian Ocean experience high pressure, and the movement is reversed, and such a reverse current movement is called as the La Nina. And this periodic change in the pressure condition is known as the southern oscillation. The difference in pressure over the Tahiti, that is in the Pacific Ocean, and the Darwin, that is in the Indian Ocean, is computed to predict the intensity of the monsoon. So when the pressure difference is say negative, then it would be a below average and late monsoon. The La Nina that we had mentioned earlier, that is the Spanish, in Spanish it means a little girl, condition enhances the rainfall associated with the southwest monsoon, that is the monsoon's retrieval, but has a negative impact on the rainfall associated with the northeast monsoon. The La Nina and El Nino are the large-scale ocean phenomena which influences the global weather winds, temperature and rainfall, and actually they have ability to trigger extreme weather events like drought, flood, hot and cold condition globally. The onset of the monsoon and the withdrawal of the monsoon. Actually, the monsoon are not steady wind but are pulsating in nature, affected by the different atmosphere condition encountered by it. The duration of the monsoon is between say 100 to 120 days from the earlier June to mid-September, and around the time of its arrival, the normal rainfall increases suddenly and continues constantly for several days, and this is known as the burst of the monsoon and can be distinguished from the pre-monsoon shower. The monsoon arrives at the south tip of the Indian peninsula generally by the first week of the June, and subsequently it divides into two, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch reaches the Mumbai about 10 days later on approximately say 10th of June, and this is fairly rapid advance, whereas the Bay of Bengal branch also advances rapidly and arrives in the Assam in the first week of the June. The lofty mountain causes the monsoon wind to deflect. The Arabian Sea branch deflects towards the east when it touches the Himalaya, whereas the Bay of Bengal branch deflects towards the west when it touches the Himalayas. And both of this wind converges at the Ganga plain. Delhi generally receives the monsoon shower from Bay of Bengal branch by the end of the June, and about 75% of the country's annual rainfall is received from the southwest monsoon, that is between June and September. By the first week of the July, the western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and eastern Rajasthan experience the monsoon. By the mid-July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. The wind pattern rapidly changes from southwest to northeast direction, and this is called as the withdrawal or retreat of the monsoon, and sometimes this is also referred as northeast monsoon. The withdrawal of the monsoon begins in the northwest state of India by early September. By mid-October, it withdraws completely from the north half of the peninsula. The withdrawal from the southern half of the peninsula is fairly rapid by the earlier December. The monsoon have withdrawn from the rest of the country. The withdrawal takes place progressively from north to south, from the first week of December to the first week of the January, and it is comparatively small scale monsoon, which is confined to the southern peninsula. It is called as the winter monsoon. The Tamil Nadu record about 48% of its annual rainfall during this month and making it a key factor for undertaking agricultural activities and reservoir management in the state. I hope this will be sufficient for the heading, and if you still have any doubt you can just discuss with me in the comment section. I have grouped my videos according to the category that you can check in my playlist. You can connect with us by mail, Facebook and Instagram, and these are the links. You can support us by like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.